for a wild ride? It's Park Talk Radio. D&B taking shots with hot takes as their ammo. We're talking theme park. Please stand by. An emergency stop. Park Talk Radio podcast has been activated. Remember, broadcast will return shortly.
Hello, once again to Park Talk Radio PTR here with you. This is your host Bill. It's a solo bolo episode, and it's so good to be back here with you. Many apologies for the delay once again. You know, Dave getting married, the cruise, a lot of things happening in the past week, and that does not mean that the Park Talk or theme park updates have stopped either. Join me today as I be your ride operator, your tour guide, your leader into the news and updates. We're going to cover one specific area of news in this full-length E-Stop. E-Stop was the real show we made along the way. As we're going to talk about D23 Brazil that happened over this past weekend. It is Tuesday, November 12th. We're recording. A little bit of table setting, of course. Follow us on all your social medias at Park Talk Radio. That includes Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, social media content creator Brennan. Still slinging the good stuff. We're going to get back into the groove here very soon. Very short and good for you. Again, follow us at Park Talk Radio. All your podcasting platforms, Park Talk Radio, across all of them, including Spotify, YouTube, and Apple Podcasts. Be sure to send us a voicemail. 407-490-2220 can get you that voicemail as well as a text message option. I will live text you if you need it, or you can leave your voicemail, we'll play it on the show. And that includes any sort of feedback towards the show as far as audio levels, content, questions, and so on. You can also email us, parktalkradio@gmail.com. So as you come back into the fold, the cruise was great. 8 days at sea with the PTR crowd plus about 40 others as we celebrated the marriage of our good host Dave. It was great to hang out with him and enjoy that. Unfortunately, it was a little windy to do any sort of the attractions on the ship for the majority of our cruising itinerary. We did stop in a couple ports of Aruba, Curacao, and Grand Turk. I'll be sure to have Dave talk a bit more on that when he's able to join us, as it's you and me today, baby. And then Brennan was also there as well. So we're happy to be back. Another episode coming at you. And D23 Brazil, as I mentioned, will be our main topic for today. What's been announced, what is coming, what has been rumored, and a few other ancillary, still related announcements for this show. So over the past weekend, D23, you know, we covered it earlier this year. The main D23 happens every 2 years, where Disney will come out and talk about all the new happenings for their entire company. And it's not just focused on Florida, California, or such. It's focused on a global expansion, theme parks, movies, DVDs, cruises, video games, and so on. We just had that big one earlier where we got those huge announcements about the new Cars area and Villains Land coming to us in the future between now and 2030, maybe 2031, over at the Magic Kingdom in Florida, as well as that Monsters Land over at Disney's Hollywood Studios. So to start us off, some D23 Brazil announcements. This one's the smaller ancillary D23 Expo, and next year we'll get the D23 Destination, and then in 26 we'll return with a full D23 once again. The first one that we're going to talk about is, as we know, we have several new cruise ships in the DCL Disney Cruise Line coming to fruition, with a new one launching later this year, I believe on Christmas Day, and we have many more coming out in the future, especially 2 next year that are going to feature these huge, awesome, brand new bars and lounges, including Haunted Mansion, Jungle Cruise, Aristocrats, I believe 101 Dalmatians, and so on. And having not been on a Disney cruise before, I'm not so well versed in a lot of the little intricacies, nuances, and fun things that differentiates DCL from the other cruise lines, except the lack of a drinking package, of course. The one thing everyone's always told me, yeah, it's great, the food's awesome, entertainment, bar none better, sometimes better than the theme park offerings. However, there's no drink package, unless you're part of a special group that can do it, or rather, a large corporate event taking a cruise. However, as you can expect, doing that on a Disney cruise with 50 plus people, a little pricey. So what was announced? That the new Disney Treasure cruise ship, Horn. Now, you all are familiar with the horns of cruises. I assume that's what they sound like. We didn't quite get to hear the horn on the Carnival Vista. The Disney Treasure will be featuring 7 new Disney melodies, including, and this is the headline, Grim Grinning Ghosts. It's under my impression that all of the Disney Cruise Line ships have specially created and manufactured horns that will allow them to play different vignettes and little minuets from popular Disney franchises and IPs. So you have Grim Grinning Ghosts. I imagine that's what it sounds like. You'll also be getting some Remember Me from Coco, A Whole New World from Disney's Aladdin, and other movies, including Pirates of the Caribbean, Moana, Mulan, 20,000 Leagues Under the Sea, and Marvel. And they did post an Instagram reel showcasing some of these melodies, one being A Whole New World and Remember Me. We didn't get quite to hear that Grim Grinning Ghosts, which I can tell you I am most excited for. Though you can check out the official Disney Cruise Line Instagram if you want to hear that. And I'll give you a little bit more of the Bill interpretation. It's kind of something like that. So that... I know me and the rest of the team are very much looking forward to the new cruise lines, especially the ones that are incorporating that brand new cruise coaster that will be implemented, I believe, on the 25 or 26 cruise ships that are launching. It'll be the longest one available on any cruise line at sea, and a world record breaker at about 820 feet long, themed to Iron Man, of course. And then the Haunted Mansion parlor. Put me in there, let me live. I will not go back to my stateroom. I'm sleeping in here. You can't kick me out. At least I'll become a ghost myself and chill out here in the parlor. Something that we teased and was, or rather that Disney teased, but has now been confirmed for Disneyland's 70th? 75th? What year is it? 2025, 1955. 70th anniversary of the Disneyland Resort. Paint the Night returns next year, 2025, for Disneyland's 70th anniversary. And we'll be returning to Paint the Night. And there are actual videos of these floats returning to Disneyland. In the video posted, we see the Peter Pan drum, Mac from Cars, the Little Mermaid, Beauty and the Beast section of the Candlelight Dreams unit, Slinky Dog, and Mickey's Light-tastic finale. These are coming back to Disneyland for the 70th anniversary. As well, it will be the 10th anniversary of Paint the Night. I will tell you as many times as I can, this parade is crazy good. So much fun, so much energy, kinetic, light, song, everything incorporated. I cannot wait to go see this again next year for the 70th. If you can catch a video from the previous iteration when it was at Disneyland last time, do yourself a favor and check it out. It may not hit the highs of Spectro, however, I believe that's probably more nostalgia at this point. Paint the Night is, to me, the de facto nighttime parade. And maybe we'll even get a reintroduction of the Glow With Me or Glow With the Night merchandise. That was ears, headbands, light wands, and paintbrushes. We'll see. Unlikely, as that's a lot of new technology, or rather old technology, to become new again. However, I would have to think that the floats still have the ability to sync up with those pieces of tech. Now, unlikely the old pieces, they'll have to make brand new little plastic garbage for you to buy and interact with. Still means a lot of work and manufacturing to come together. But hey, it's the 70th anniversary. We had the 50th and then the 100th. Now it's the 70th between all the Disney parks here in the States. Who doesn't love a good anniversary celebration that lasts 18 months? Some other ancillary pieces that were announced over the weekend, but hey, we're grouping them into that big Brazil debut announcements from the D23. Over at the Disneyland Resort, they're also announcing a brand new Encanto theme show coming to Disney California Adventure for the holiday season. Mirabel's Gifts of the Season. Mirabel being your main character from Encanto, or at least the main family member, will now have a brand new show, the Fiesta de Navidad. I believe that's the Festival of Christmas. If my old Spanish speaking skills are up to par. Fiesta de Navidad street show will be in Paradise Gardens Park at Disney California Adventure as part of the Disney Viva Navidad limited time offerings over in that area of the park. Our concept will show Mirabel and several dancers around a casita-inspired tree and set pieces. A description would read, "Join Mirabel from Encanto and her friends as they rejoice over the magical gifts of the holidays with whimsical stories and cherished songs." This particular entertainment offering will begin on November 15th, so just a few days from now, and run through January 6th. Daily performances throughout, starting in the afternoon, 1:10 p.m., and then once every hour up until 5:45. It's always great. We've lost a lot of that streetmosphere and atmosphere, energy, and performances and actors over the years, a little bit before COVID and definitely afterwards. And to see that, at least on the California side, we're still getting a huge influx and injection of new offerings and the opportunity to showcase the talents of our Disney cast members. As from what I can understand, this will be some storytelling, and then we'll break into random show and dance, just like any good musical. And then we'll calm back down for another story. Or this story is maybe told through the song and dance to keep it nice and flowing, since the first show is at 1:10, second show is at 2:10. I mean, that's not a lot of turnaround time unless you're doing multiple casts. However, as you know, there's only one Mirabel, there's only one Mickey. And we'll be able to see them in all their glory for just under a month coming up. If you're over on the West Coast and you're able to check this out, hey, give us a review. I'd love to hear about this. I will unfortunately be unable to attend and see the Christmas offerings. I don't think I've ever have, at least on Disneyland, and the first time last year was seeing the Halloween stuff. And as promised, yes, we will still have a full Christmas holiday preview show of what's coming up. Not to say that the holidays have not already infected the theme parks. Everything's ramping up and about to start. Though we do have that in the box. We have the Horror Nights wrap-up show recording this Thursday with our good friend Fisher and maybe another guest. But don't worry. If you're like me, you don't like celebrating Christmas or the holidays until after Thanksgiving has come and had its spotlight. So December is when it really starts to rock and roll, and you'll have all our Christmas review and coverage before then. The other piece, an ancillary accompaniment to the Mirabel celebration over in Disneyland, we're going to have another one, a musical Christmas with Mariachi Alegría de Disneyland and Miguel coming to Disney California Adventure for the holiday season, which will be a full brand newly created show, new mariachi show featuring Miguel from Coco, of course, titled A Musical Christmas with Mariachi Alegría de Disneyland. So Mr. Disneyland, Mariachi Alegría Disneyland, and Miguel performing at DCA. A nice piece of concept art shows Carthay Circle in the background, at least the singing, not looming, but the proudly soaring tower in the back, a small stage with a full mariachi, some dancers, and nighttime entertainers. And then, of course, you have Mr. Disneyland, Mariachi Disneyland, and Miguel front and center singing and playing. The show will be performed on weekdays, starting again November 15th, 2024, through January 6th, 2025, outside Carthay Circle in Buena Vista Street. Now, Carthay Circle is kind of the central area, the hub of where you would divert left or right towards Hollywoodland or towards Pixar Pier in Disney's California Adventure. This will be a musical celebration with Mariachi Alegria de Disneyland featuring delightful bilingual renditions of favorite holiday songs. You certainly won't want to miss this truly enchanting show, which includes a special appearance by Miguel from Pixar's Coco. Now, as we do have performance times for the Mirabelle Gifts of the Season show, we do not have the show times yet posted for this. Be sure to follow social media, check your app, and of course, confer with cast members on the day of your visit if you're heading over to Disney's California Adventure. Some other pieces that will be presented during the Christmas at DCA and Disneyland while we're on it real quick. A Christmas fantasy parade. Believe in holiday magic fireworks, of course your holiday tree lightings, World of Color, Season of Light, and then the fully encompassing, which will be the umbrella for a lot of this, Disney Viva Navidad Street Party. I've always been a huge fan of the holiday offerings at Disney. It just really fully envelops you and captures that spirit, just like Walt always had for his holidays at his theme park and at home. It's really amazing how not only Disney, but a lot of the theme parks flip that one day after the Halloween offerings have concluded. I know come October 31st, Disney's complete. November 1st, they had nearly everything up at Magic Kingdom, except for a few ill-flying fall colors on top of the railroad. Just a few small ruffle banners, nothing too crazy, but everything else. The Halloween pumpkins are gone. The wreaths are down. And it's already time for the green and red to litter the streets and buildings around the entire park. And at this point, come November 12th, nearly all parks have their Christmas lights up. The Christmas trees are presented. Santa has posted up at different parts throughout, including Disney Springs. And of course, Universal's coming in real soon with Grinchmas. As we mentioned World of Color Season of Light, there will be a first look at Moana 2, a water short that will be presented on the water screens for World of Color at DCA. This will be a first look at the new Moana 2 that will be performed during this special limited time engagement during the holiday season for Disney's California Adventure. Now, this particular short presented on water will depict images of Moana, Hey, Maui, and more coming directly from the movie that will be coming out, I believe, sometime in December or late November here. Yes, late November, November 27th, 2024, Moana 2 hits the big screen. However, starting November 15th, which will be the starting date for all holiday offerings at DCA California Adventure, we'll be getting on November 15th. The water short is titled Boat Snack, and it will be presented before the full showing of World of Color Season of Light. There's a small preview available now on the official Disney YouTube. If you want to check it out or give it a few days, you'll get the full encompassing experience by some, I'm sure, wonderful content creators capturing it in 4 and 8K. And you can see that later this week. Keeping in line with Moana, they'll actually be debuting a new meet and greet costume at Disney parks worldwide to coincide with this movie release. As Moana and any good Disney sequel needs a new outfit to help facilitate and sell the merchandise pieces, Moana is getting a brand new outfit, meaning she'll be debuting this new costume at Disney's California Adventure and EPCOT on November 24th and at Hong Kong Disneyland on November 29th. So for our stateside parks at the 2 locations you can meet her now, she'll have the new costume before the movie drops on the 27th and then after the movie is released on November 29th in Hong Kong Disneyland. The movie is set 3 years after the original Moana, so she's a bit older, a bit more mature, has a different costume to reflect that maturity growth and show the new adventures she's willing to take on as her ancestors call upon her for assistance once more. It's cool that we get to see our characters grow not only in the films but in the parks as well. And it gives the opportunity, hey, let's give a throwback in the future. throw it on back. Give it the old Moana costume. Then we'll just bring it out of the vault. Look what we had all this time. You're going to be so excited you'll definitely wait 2 hours to see Moana in the OG uniform. As we continue on, one more Moana piece for you. Announced at D23 Brazil, they gave a first look into the brand new nighttime parade that's coming to the Magic Kingdom. Titled Disney Starlight, we've already mentioned that there'll be floats coming to life in the parade by the magic of the Blue Fairy from Pinocchio. And of course, you'll feature Pinocchio, Peter Pan, Encanto, Frozen, and more. And we also have concept art for a Frozen float to reflect Frozen 2, as we do see Elsa in her Frozen 2 dress. The concept art revealed the first fully fledged imagery of a float to Disney Starlight, the new nighttime parade that'll be coming out next year. This one is the Moana one. It shows her on her small Moana boat with a Moana sitting on here. I don't remember the pig's name. Hey Hey's the rooster. Pugly. Hold on, I have this still up in the last slide. Nope, I don't have it actually. I have Hey Maui and Moana. Of course, I know those ones. The Pigly. Pigly is also on the float, and that's on the back top of it, and then the base and the majority of the float is a nice moving piece of water. It looks incredible. Nice waves swelling upward in the back, small waves swelling forward as the boat's carried into the not unknown, but wherever I will go, you will know. I think that's the song. And it's going to be a nighttime parade, so it's fully illuminated, a million lights all over this thing. It looks great, and a little ancestral whale tail fin shooting out. And Moana projecting her hand forward, saying, I will go to you know. Looks really cool. Be sure to check out that imagery online. Few more items that were announced at D23 Brazil. We got another update to the upcoming Pirates of the Caribbean Lounge that will be debuting in Magic Kingdom sometime in 2025. Now, we've covered this when it was first shown, or rather the newest concept art, or the old new concept art back in August for D23. That showed about 30 or so seating options, a real raunchous and rowdy bar tavern where you would find your pirates hanging out in Tortuga. With lively pirates, a parrot animatronic, and drink options. Unfortunately, the new concept art shows a completely different view. The new art, while it could be in the same compass area, but keep in mind where this is being situated over at Magic Kingdom. It's over in the old Pirates lair, or the Pirates League area, which was rather small, and part of the Pirates of the Caribbean exit attraction gift shop. Again, not a gigantic area, so I'm sure you're only going to get one room's worth. If they incorporate both, hey, cool, great. I could definitely see it. However, the new concept art shows a different view, and it's more of a seating area instead of the actual bar. You have several circle tables and a couple 2 and 4 tops, and with less energy, there's not a whole lot of singing as people sitting down enjoying a drink. We got some nice pieces of art on the wall showcasing some old pirates. We got the Jolly Roger flag, of course, a couple ships in a bottle overseeing the mantle of the fireplace, and a little cool piece of textile pageantry underneath to represent water. Now, it's not nearly as exciting. It looks a little different. The old concept art showed a line of wooden tables and chairs, including a bar top which you could sit at, and the new look, the new concept art, features rounded seating and smaller arrangements. I'm not terribly a fan of the newest art. Hopefully it's just an additional seating area to help incorporate and bring more opportunities to actually get into this thing, because as you're aware, even Ooga's Cantina now at Hollywood Studios and Disneyland Resort, kind of hard to get into, and it's limited, it's all pre-batch stuff, and it's expensive. Pirates of the Caribbean Lounge coming to Magic Kingdom, one spot only, not both coasts. You can't get alcohol in this park freely as you can Hollywood Studios right now, though this is very similar to Disneyland already. You want to be exciting, you want to be entranced, you want to be enveloped, you want to be taken away to the pirate's lair. Get some grog, and hopefully we still get that parrot animatronic as initially teased. It's not going to be bad. However, we've already seen this many, many times ad nauseum before. We're shown something great, it gets reduced, shown something else, and then the actual execution is not quite where you want it to be. Next up, now this is a bit of a rumor, however, there is new footage shown at D23 Brazil that has fueled this rumor and gives a lot of credence and credibility that the new Cars-themed e-ticket attraction coming to Magic Kingdom will be the first ever trackless high-speed thrill ride. As we know, we already have trackless rides such as Mickey and Minnie's Runaway Railway, Rise of the Resistance, and others, which they don't move crazy fast. They don't go super good or super extreme. What the footage shows from D23 Brazil depicts a test experience conducted by the WDI, Walt Disney Imagineers, as they developed the attraction. It was shared online, and the footage of the test experience, footage of a test experience of one of the new Cars experiences is coming to Magic Kingdom. In this video, the Imagineers are riding in an all-terrain style vehicle on a dirt course that seems to have no visible track. While trackless rides are not new to Walt Disney, being used for an all-terrain thrill ride, fast, exciting, I don't know if fast as test track, but definitely faster than our current ones, would be an exceptional and really cool new implementation here. While maybe not the greatest location, taking away Tom Sawyer Island and Liberty Square Riverboat, to have something like this just shows you what we're capable of. And we've seen it very, very frequently, which is an oddity. Between all the new reveals at Epic Universe, between what you have at Dark Universe, and then Harry Potter Ministry of Magic, we now have a fast speed, potentially. We just talked about how Disney over promises, under delivers. We have a potential for ATV style, fast, all-terrain, trackless ride. Test video shows this continuing, where the vehicles are kicking up dirt, implying that they're driving directly on it, and moving through here. Now, I want to be clear and transparent here that the ATVs in the video are not ride vehicles. They're not tested or done yet. We're probably not seeing Cars Land until what? 2029, 2028, if you're lucky, but probably more than likely 2029. It's simply a video of Imagineers trying to get an idea of what the ride system should feel like. However, between the concept art, this video, and other listings that fuels this rumor or speculation, we are gearing up and being teased up that this will be a fast trackless ride. However, it's always possible. Things started changing. We are many years away from this. The ride system will be something else we've never seen, or something we have seen before, such as a Radiator Springs Racers or Test Track. Yet to be seen, though. Keep in mind what the concept text says. Guests will take on wild terrain as they race across the landscape, climbing mountain trails, dodging geysers, and splashing through mud holes. Here's hoping we get something revolutionary and terribly exciting and immersive that is taking over quite a long-standing nostalgic spot from Tom Sawyer and the Riverboat, Cars Land. We will see. Work begins early 2025 for this particular area. Our final story is encapsulating Villains Land, the new land at Magic Kingdom. Disney released 2 pieces of information. First off, what list of villains inspire Villains Land? And you may or may not see them here. However, they said, these are some of the villains that will be inspiring the new land coming to Magic Kingdom. I'm expecting this 2030, 2031. The picture of villains include the Queen of Hearts from Alice in Wonderland, Jafar from Aladdin, the Evil Queen from anybody? I just double checking I know who I'm talking about. The Evil Queen from Snow White, of course. Thank you all for participating. Lady Tremaine, that is from Cinderella. Lady Tremaine, the evil stepmama. Ooh, Lady Tremaine. Yzma from The Emperor's New Groove. Cruella de Vil from 101 Dalmatians. Captain Hook from Peter Pan. Maleficent from Sleeping Beauty. Gaston from Beauty and the Beast. Mother Gothel from not Ella Enchanted. At Last I See the Light. Rapunzel. Ursula from Little Mermaid. Hades from Hercules and Chernabog. My favorite. Hades and Chernabog, my favorites. And Chernabog being from Fantasia. While they have not announced or committed to any details or who will be available for meet and greets, these list of villains they are taking inspiration from to create the new land. And I think the most out there ones are Yzma and Chernabog. While Chernabog has had healthy or relatively healthy representation of the parks, especially with a whole parade float for him during Mickey's Not So Scary, Yzma's kind of been left behind, and Emperor's New Groove it quickly rose from underrated and underappreciated to one of the most sought after and desired pieces of material to be represented at the theme parks. So seeing Yzma in here is such a great and welcome addition, and we look forward to seeing hopefully her and Kronk in the future at Villains Land. Along with revealing those 13 villains that will inspire the land, there is also a little bit of backstory released to Villains Land on how this world came together, why the things are happening in here, and how you can be incorporated and follow along in the story of the Villains Land at Magic Kingdom. Josh D'Amaro, the Disney Parks chairman, talked a little bit about this. Quote, "Their evil ambitions give us endless possibilities to tell new stories. This new land will be home to the villains you know and loathe." He went on to say, "A spell has summoned the villains to the land, and the heroes don't come save the day. There may not be a happily ever after." While Josh didn't elaborate on who summoned the villains or why, you can be guaranteed that this is the evil dark land. This new land again will include two major attractions, one being a roller coaster based on the concept art, dining and shopping on an incredibly twisted grand scale. Again, details, dates, and anything else related to Villains Land has been sparse. It is set to be the largest expansion in Magic Kingdom history. And part of that expansion is also the Cars themed land that is replacing the Rivers of America Villains Land, going behind Big Thunder Mountain, beyond Big Thunder. So these two areas will be the biggest expansion in Magic Kingdom history. Not hard to do. What other expansion was adding on to Fantasyland, new Fantasyland. So you know that new area that they added. Not a huge footprint, not hard to do. But what now we know? 13 villains are inspiring the land. The storyline is someone summoned them. And the heroes aren't coming. Well, if the heroes weren't summoned, why would they come save the day? That's what we got today. Your e-stop is the full stop, and the full story is this. D23 Brazil. You're not going to get all the greatest things. They announced some more stuff about movies regarding some Marvel projects, being Captain America 4, Brave New World, Thunderbolt, Asterisk, a little bit of the live action Lilo and Stitch, and of course more on Moana 2. And you got some more things on the cruise lines, and I don't think there's anything video game wise, but we touched on what would be theme park relevant. We just had the big dump back in August, and we'll have D23 Destination next year. And then, of course, next year, the big one is the Universal Epic Universe Grand Opening. A lot to look forward to, a lot of great things to see. And thank you all so much for your patience and enjoying. We do have Horror Nights wrap up coming up as your next show, your another full-length show. After that will be the Christmas holiday preview. And after that, we'll be doing more park visits, more park talk, and more content for you. So thank you for listening. Be sure to like us, subscribe, share. It costs you nothing. We enjoy the 5 stars. Park Talk Radio on all your social media. podcast platforms, that is, at Park Talk Radio on all your social media. ParkTalkRadio@gmail.com for your emails, 407-490-2220 for your voicemails and text messages. And just to tease what's coming up, Horror Nights, we're going to give superlatives. We're going to rank the houses, of course, and give our final thoughts as we close out the 2024 year. And give some thoughts on what's coming in 2025. Super Nintendo World over in Japan. Universal Studios Japan just talked about Donkey Kong Country. A full 11-minute walkthrough video was posted. They show the ride, they show the food, they show the snacks, they show the meet and greet, they show you can do with the power-up bands. And then as we talked a little bit today, lots of Christmases and holidays coming up. Brennan and I will actually be attending for the first time ourselves the Disney Jollywood event over at Disney Hollywood Studios on December 2nd. So we'll have a full review and recap of that coming up. Lots of great things coming up. We're sad to see Halloween wrapping up, but we're looking forward to celebrating with you Thanksgiving, Christmas, and the other holiday offerings throughout our theme parks. Thank you so much, guys. Hope you enjoyed, and we'll see you